Hello everyone, welcome to TTT TV, Tyne Tees Tigers TV, the home of the Premier North East Australian Rules Football Club. This is our first kind of video podcast. We're going to try and do a bit more of this sort of stuff, a bit more interactive things and loads of more videos of the club itself. I'm Hodgie, I'll be your host for most of these episodes. I'm joined by Chris and Phil. Phil is the Prezzo currently at the Tyne Tees Tigers, and Chris is head coach. Do you want to be called head coach? I've never really. What's your actual title? Gaffer. Let's go with Gaffer.
Gaffer.
Yeah, like what I said, we're mainly trying to just get a bit more kind of visibility for us guys. Get out there. Hope you enjoy our kind of patter and banter. We'll be getting hopefully some guests on in the future. Players, do a bit more interview type things. We'll be posting quite a lot of what we're doing training wise. Because the rest of the league have got to keep up with us, because this year is going to be the year of the Tigers if we can actually get a game in. If you haven't heard of the Tigers before, I'm sure Phil would love to fill you in on some of the history or how the kind of club started and everything. So Phil, take it away, straight in the deep end.
Yeah, cheers, Hodge. For those of you that don't know, we are the only Australian rules football team based in the northeast of England. We cover an area quite literally between Huddersfield is the nearest south and Edinburgh is the nearest north. We were formed from the remnants of the old North East Australian Rules Football League, which had several clubs in the area, which sadly went under in about 2012. And we were formed by Ian Baxter, Anthony Nolan and Sean Bulmer in 2012 out of the ashes of that league. We joined the Central and North Eastern English League in 2013. Played for 4 seasons there, and we moved to the Scottish League due to travel in 2018, and we've played there ever since, and we've been thriving ever since we made that move.
Yeah, I think we've been just going from strength to strength really, and really been building not just the blocks in terms of people, but we've actually been moving a bit forward on technical side and really taking fitness into account. Chris making us do loads and loads of running, which is always nice, I suppose, isn't it? Yeah, we've been, well, I mean, what was our last kind of full season was our most successful season by far, I would have thought. Got to was it the semis that we got to do there?
Prelims,
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and
within a gale force of the grand final.
Oh God, that was just ridiculous. Like, that pitch was boggy as out and everything, man, wasn't it? But on our way there, we had some real triumphant wins. I think Chris's favourite would have been when we absolutely hammered the Eagles, our closest and dearest rivals.
Yeah, it's a bit emotional day. A lot was riding on that game. So that got us into the finals for the first time. So win the finals no matter what.
Yeah, I think David Baldy, who's the president of the SAR, or whatever I'm going to say, I can't even say it, the SARFL, I had a bet with us that if we put 200 past the Eagles, he'd get an England tattoo, and he's a stout Scottishman himself, and I think we were a couple of points off, so his jinker must have been absolutely rattling at some speed. Like,
I've got a feeling you might have seen the umpire at 3/4 time and said, "Listen, just if I give you a nod, just blow the whistle."
Yeah. But anyway, we're not here to kind of bash the Eagles, even though they are our greatest rivals. We've all got a good, friendly kind of rivalry with everybody, but everyone at the same time has got a good community feel, basically, in the league, trying to all kind of improve and strive on Aussie rules in the UK, really. Leads us into this kind of year. Chris, what are we kind of expecting? How have we kind of getting ready for it, and what do we expect for this season?
We've kind of got ready for it for nearly 12 months now. I mean, we were looking pretty good for the 2020 season, and obviously COVID happened, so we had to postpone a lot of things. But the boys have been brilliant getting out and about, doing their running challenges that I've been setting them regularly. There hasn't been many weeks and months that have gone by that they haven't done something. So this year, 2021, we're all hoping that we're going to get a quality season in, not just a couple of tournaments here and there. But if all goes to plan, and the squad of the way looking as good as it is, and all the boys coming together, then at some stage, maybe end of June, and if Baldy's listening to this at any point, end of June is the date that we're looking for, Baldy. We'll hopefully get a good home and away season. So the boys are ready.
I think everyone's really keen to get a kick. So we'll just see how we go from there.
Would it be fair to say, Chris, that in your time, this is the strongest the club has ever been?
Oh, yeah, on the field and off the field. On the field and off the field. How long have I been in for, Phil? At the club,
5 years, isn't it? 6 years.
5, 6 years. 3 years in the Central Northern and 2, 3, I suppose. So, yeah, 5, 6 years. And, yeah, I think squad-wise, I mean, it's a bit of potluck to a degree, what you get. Aussies coming in. But as Phil, we've spoken about before, I don't know how many teams in the Scottish League have less Australians that we do. We don't have that many, so it's a really good sign that we can build a quality squad with less Aussies than would normally be a quality squad, if that makes sense. So
it certainly bodes well for the longevity of the club. The fact that we are mainly homegrown players and we keep bringing through homegrown players.
Yeah, and the Aussies that we do have, most of them are here for the long haul. There's a couple that are probably flitting in and out, but generally they're here for. I've been here 10, 11 years, so I'm not playing. But I mean, and then other blokes like Trav's been here about, I don't know how long Trav's been here, but he's so we're settled to a degree. So yeah, you're right. It's good that we can not only on the field but off the field. The club rooms and everything we've got, the whole package. It's coming together beautifully.
I think even in my kind of time, there's been games where we've been travelling away with literally the bare bones of just putting kind of like a 9 out or having 10 on the bus. I mean,
Hodge, that the absolute pinnacle of that came when we played Huddersfield away at Sheffield before the year before Rog became coach, and there were 7 of us. There was literally 7 of us that went down, and I had to play the full game. I had two players on loan from the opposition who didn't want to break sweat. So we're basically playing 7 against 9, and we shipped 200 points and scored 2.
But if you flip it on the complete reverse, this Saturday we've got our first training session back since all the COVID restrictions have been lifted. I know not everybody on there is a kind of a playing member. There's people like yourself who are going to be coaching, and Phil, you'll be there as well. But we've got 31 that's going to turn up. Yeah. So we've potentially, you're saying like 26, 27, 28 people who are ready to be picked for the season.
Yeah, well, you've got 31 on the event. You've actually got probably 2 or 3 on top of that.
Yeah,
on Facebook. So
I mean, we've got I think I worked it out. 4 groups of 6, 24 plus a couple that might come along as well. They're not too sure on bits and pieces. So I mean, 24. I mean, in my time when I first started, Phil, you can remember this, and even before my time as well. It wouldn't be unusual that I'd turn up with training and there'd be 5 blokes.
Exactly.
Now we get if we get anything less than 10, I'll be disappointed.
Well, the first session I ever went to when we were training in the public park over in Shieldfield, there was 3 of us.
Yeah, is that including you?
I mean, obviously,
just since kicking in a triangle.
Pretty much, that's all you could do, Hodge. Around the students having barbecues.
Yeah.
To now, the fact that for the last 5 years we've had a fixed home ground with facilities, that we're a part of the association there. It's an absolutely fantastic tool for recruitment. But you're not just turning up and you're kicking a ball around a field and then you're slogging your way home, public transport or in your car or walking in all weathers. That you've got the change rooms, you've got the bar, you've got the kitchen, we've got all the facilities. It's a proper club.
Yeah, and we've got most people who are dead happy to hang around and have a beer afterwards, have a chat. Before games we've started doing. Everyone come down for a breakfast. Are you there 2 hours before, just chilling, getting to know your teammates a bit better, and it helps with the chemistry totally.
Yeah, I think it's great that we can have blokes like Stu to come along, and he's happy to not touch the ball at all. He's not interested in touching the ball. He just wants to help the boys out, help the club out. So he's cooking.
To be fair, Rog, if you cracked your back playing for the club, would you want to touch your ball again?
Yeah, he probably should have told us that beforehand. But so he knows his place. All right, I'll rephrase that. He knows his place. Get in the kitchen.
On another note, are we confident that we are miles ahead of everyone else kind of than league in terms of where we are right now? Because personally, on quite a lot of other people's social feeds, I don't really see people doing much. Do you reckon? Have you got an insight into what's happening? Or
I have a bit of a nibble every now and then, but to be honest with you, we can't really control what they do. So I just focus on us. I know that a lot of the boys are saying they're feeling fitter than they've ever felt for a long time. And I think you can go two ways in the last 12 months. You can either go down the route of just sit at home if you're working from home and just stay there and not worry about things, just wander along, or you can do what you can do and get out, go for a jog, do whatever you can, do the challenges that I've been setting. I think, to be honest with you, I think most, if not all, have had a crack and got out and done the thing and enjoyed it, and they can feel the benefits of it. So as far as the fitness, there's difference between fitness, running fitness, obviously match fitness. So with the training will come the match fitness. So hopefully it's just a top up. Our pre-season, as I say, it's probably been 12 months. So the running's out. Now it's just ball work, skill work, and fine tuning things and match day plans and setup. So as I say, can't control what they do, but I'm pretty happy with how things are at the moment. Having said that, I'll see on Saturday, and then if everyone's had been lying to me for the last 12 months, and all had a bit of fun, and they all come out, like double-decker buses, and I'll jump in my car and go home.
It just changes your game plan, that, Rog.
Yeah, changes the game plan, all right? Yeah, exactly. So anyway, everyone's keen. It's really good. I mean, I say that word all the time, that blokes are keen, and I generally mean it. But I can't think of anybody that is not keen just to get out.
No, it feels very unique because I obviously have contact with a lot of clubs down south as well. But we seem to be one of the only clubs that has actually expanded and recruited and grown during lockdown.
Yeah.
Whereas you see other teams on the socials, and you get snippets of they've lost so many players, Aussies have gone home, but we just seem to be growing week on week almost. I mean,
well, hour by hour. An hour ago, we got a new player. An hour ago, So it's great. It's fantastic that blokes that they want to play for us because we like Hodgie. You've been brilliant in putting the name out there. I mean, the name's always been out there, but it's easy just to go like there it is and away it goes, and just let it sit there. But you've bubbled it up and it's out and everyone knows about it, and bang, here we are, 24, 25, 26, if not more, coming on Saturday. So but now we've got that all there. We need to continue it on. This is the thing. You can't just sit on it and go, right, we've done our work, let's just go with it. You got to continue on and keep pushing.
So just for the lads that are going to turn up on Saturday, scratch match, and then we're good. Is that what's happening? I'm sure they're all ready to go.
It depends who's listening to this. If it's AFL Scotland, then no, it's all non-contact, mate. Non-contact. If they're not listening, then it's full-on scratch match.
Yeah, there's all sorts of rules and regulations still going on about how sports can be done and training and everything like that. I can't remember what's happening with the football club that I'll be playing with, but tonight is actually their first training session. But I'm not doing any football. I'm constantly just focused on the Aussie rules from now on.
I think it's really important that we follow, certainly for the first or second. It's not going to last forever. It's only I predict it's only going to be probably a couple of training sessions, and we'll have to be able to bring it in a bit closer again. So, but I think as you blokes have seen, and the guys from the club that are watching this see that all the things that are put in place, I think it's important to follow that as much as we can. Because if we're going to have 24, 25, 26 blokes at the club coming onto the bottom pitch there, people are going to see that. If we had 9, no one's going to take much notice. But with a big group of fellas out there, all looking buff, then...
again, Rog, this is where we're lucky with the venue because we've got multiple pitches that we can spread out to and really spread out the groups, as you know. I mean, obviously it makes your job a bit hard having to shout across 2 pitches, but
well, I've got a few plans in place. So it's all good. I can shout as well.
Just have to bring
come on, man, bend your back.
Bring your PE whistle.
It's all good.
Not only just that we've grown kind of with terms of players and we're getting a bit bigger, but we're also trying to launch a women's section if we can do. I've been speaking to quite a few people, and we've got a decent little bit of interest sorted already. We've got some of the lads also have said that they'll kind of help out with training sessions and stuff, because obviously it's going to be very new. We're going to need a lot of help from kind of internal as well as external recruitment players that come in, and obviously trying to push to get them going. So hopefully that can really take off, and it'll be great.
We'll, again, Hodge, I mean, another bit of luck there is we've got an ex-England women's head coach on the committee.
Yep, we'll use it for sure.
Yeah.
Is she in your kind of stuff that you've been doing, Chris, recently on the AFL kind of seminars and stuff? Or what is?
Phil just broke down a little bit there. Broke up a little bit. Didn't break down.
Say it again, Phil.
It's Ian Baxter.
Oh, is it Bax? Oh, sorry, I thought it was someone else.
No.
Has Bax been doing stuff with your? Because you've been doing some AFL seminars or something. Or is Bax not been doing that? Or,
no. Me and Bish, the secretary, we've been doing the admin ones, and we finally sent Rog on to actually learn how to coach. So, given the fact that we came so close to the grand final in our last season, and now he's actually learnt the job, I'm expecting great things.
I think I've been doing last year did an AFL Europe, and then they're brilliant. I mean, Ryan from AFL Europe he just hands down. He just has a crack at everything, gets blokes in and girls from Australia ringing in and chatting for the last 12 weeks was the first one, and now we've just done another 4 weeks, and they get people from Australia talking about anything to do with footy, either training or match day, anything at all. And then last night was a different one again, wasn't it, Phil? That was your little. I backed out of the club sort of stuff, but then I got invited to this one to see. It was quite interesting about mental health in a club and just in general. So anything, even if you get 1% out of it all, it's all a bonus. So and help out. So
I think just getting back into it's going to help everyone's mental health massively.
Oh, yeah.
Just seeing other people and having a chat and meeting up with old mates is going to be the one in it, really.
I didn't doing this.
It's just the buzz of being a part of something.
100%. Yeah, it's going to be good when we get back for sure. So in terms of AFL in itself, Phil, a Collingwood fan, Rog, Essendon Bombers fan. Bit ridiculous to be a Bombers, to be fair, because I'm a Collingwood fan as well. So the main cast is going to be black and white through and through, and we're from Newcastle as well. So it's a double whammy. But we'll see how he is kind of getting on. I've got a little bit of a quiz for you. See what you think. It's only 5 questions. Don't embarrass yourselves. You know, bit more into it than me. So I think the questions might be all right, but they might be super easy. So we'll wait and see.
Hodgie, I know your questions. I know your quizzes. Yeah. This is going to be bad.
It's definitely not, man. I'm getting better. The pub quiz is going to be on soon as well. So
yeah, exactly. Don't forget what we spoke about earlier about how years ago when I was living in Australia, I knew all the teams. Okay, all the players. Yeah, just remember that before you ask any questions about the Bombers.
I know one that's current, and then the other two that I know have retired. So let's just get that out of the bag, right? Okay. I haven't really been following it too much since I left, but we'll get back onto it, man. So it's dead generic. I'll try and do a quiz most times that are on in the times whenever we do these. I think our main plan is to do one kind of last week of every month if we can do. If it runs over, it does. If it runs shorter, it does. Whatever. Just kind of when we see fit. If we get better news of a season starting, then I'm sure we'll want to jump on one straight away and get out of the way. Yeah. But anyway, we'll have a start off with the quiz. Question 1. Oh, do you want to actually? Or should we do it all the way through and then do answers at the end? So you can write them down, or do you want to just do it as it goes and jump in if you think?
Do it as it goes if you like. I still might write it down. I might try and cheat somehow if I can.
So
Hodge, I'll tell you to Google.
So question 1: which is the oldest rules?
No, I'm joking. All right. Sorry, mate. Go on.
Which is the oldest rules club?
Ugh, jeez.
Melbourne, wasn't it?
What?
Huh?
In Melbourne, wasn't it?
Chris, any advance on Melbourne?
This
is embarrassing. You're the Aussie as well.
I wasn't born then, though, mate. I don't.
Is he gone? Am I the only one still recording on here?
Then I get them all right, wouldn't I? Yeah, I think it could be Melbourne. I'm thinking Melbourne, but I've got a feeling it. Yeah, no, look, I'll stick with Melbourne. Yeah, I'll stick with Melbourne.
You're both correct. Melbourne.
Yeah.
Demons are the oldest club. I can't remember what year it was, but it was 18 something for another man a long time ago. Question 2. Who was the all-time goal scorer in the AFL?
Plugger. Tony Lockett.
Yeah, I think Plugger. I think you got it. And
Tony Lockett.
Going with Tony Lockett, Phil. Any advance?
Yeah. I think Plugger. Yeah.
You're just agreeing with whatever Phil says. Yeah, Phil's correct.
I actually watched that game when he scored when he got the goal that put him over the edge.
I just remember the one where they actually had the pig running around the full forward.
Yeah. That reminds me of Ian Botham. That does.
So it's 2 out of 2 then. 2 out of 2.
I just say Phil lives. He there's not many. He'll get 5 out of 5 here.
You reckon?
I mean,
no pressure, Rog. No pressure.
my background I can take down. Phil's he doesn't take that down. In fact, that lounge there turns into a bed. I predict. My prediction is Phil 5 out of 5. Rog, if Phil says the answers first, I'll get 5 out of 5 as well.
I put this next question just to annoy you, Rog. So here's a bit of a hint for you to help you. Yep. What year did the Aussie rules become known as AFL? Bonus point. Who was the first AFL flag winner?
Okay.
You know it, Rog. You know it. You've lived it. You've cried through it. Terry Dano here wasn't very happy that day.
It might be. I might get distracted here nicely because it's my daughter's bedtime. Oh yeah.
Oh, heartfelt moment on the TTT.
The AFL became the AFL. Just Google when the AFL became the AFL. Right, next question.
Go on then, Phil. Put us out of misery.
1990 Collingwood.
Oh, look. What'd you say, 1990?
Yeah.
Oh, I wrote. Hang on, where is it?
Well, that's wrong.
No, I know it's wrong, but that was my starting point. You know why it's my starting point? How long have we got?
Less than 10 minutes left, like.
1991, we won the flag back in Adelaide by 5 points. 17-1 to 14-14. So I knew 1991. That was my highest. So I'll probably go on 1990. So yeah, one of them.
Yeah. Okay, right. Okay. Fair enough. Question 4. Richmond Tigers, current flag holders, play at which ground?
MCG.
Phil?
Right. Home ground is the MCG. Technically, they're based out of
Punt Road. Punt Road is their ground, but MCG.
MCG, correct. 5, last question. How many teams have not won an AFL flag? And can you tell me who they are?
Is that current teams?
Yes.
Teams that have gone out.
This is a question, Phil. Don't get smart. Just answer the question.
Current teams. Say an episode of Mastermind, this.
Yeah, there's one there. There's 2 there. GWS, Gold Coast Suns, Collingwood.
I'm going to go with 3, Hodge.
Phil's going with 3. He's gone in early. It's like the chase. He's the chaser. He's gone for it straight up.
Who's your third one? GWS, Gold Coast Suns. This is riveting viewing, isn't it?
Time limit on this one, man. We ain't got long left until the 3 section ends.
Well, I could say 3, but I wouldn't be able to give you the third club.
Go on then, Phil. You said 3. Who are they?
GWS, Gold Coast, Freo.
Freo.
There you go.
Freo.
Mainly the new ones haven't won pretty much, is what it is. See, it wasn't that bad of a quiz, is it? There wasn't as many hookups as there usually is when I'm at the Collingwood. I've had a couple of pints by then, mine, so it's usually the best thing. We haven't got long left. We wanted to kind of keep this first one a little bit short anyway, so kind of thanks for Phil and Chris for joining. Thanks for watching, if anyone has watched. We're on Twitter, we're on Instagram. Just search for Tyne Tees Tigers, and this will be going up on YouTube, which is, you've already found it if you're listening, because that's where it is. We're looking forward to having a real successful 2021. Fingers crossed something happens and we can get something going, even if it's a little one-day or weekend tournament, anything. I'm sure the boys are absolutely raring to go. I know I am raring to go to get back. So
we don't want that. We don't want that, Hodgie. We don't want that.
No, we're really excited to see the club grow even more. We're not very old. We've only kind of really just started, and the sky's the limit, really, lads, isn't it?
Can I just add, Hodgie, for anybody that's watching that is thinking about coming down, I reckon there's not many clubs that could cater for all people. I think we've got the young fellas there. You know, if anyone wants to come along and head out on a Saturday night down Newcastle, we've got the middle-aged, we've got the older. We've got kids. I mean, the kids are starting to grow at the club, so we've got you know, all areas catered for. So I think it's really important for a club to be able to have people come in there, feel comfortable, and I think we're getting even further ahead now with, you know, partners coming along. But as I say, if anybody's thinking about coming along. It's a great club, great bunch of fellas, and I think you'll have a great time.
Yeah. Well said. Phil, anything else to add before we say ta-ra?
Just a mental prediction for the AFL season, I think, Hodge. I'm going to stick my neck out, and Roger's going to absolutely go mental at this one, but I'm going to say Darcy Moore, Rog, is going to finish top 5 Brownlow.
Righto. Okay, you put money on that, have you?
No.
Well, we know one player that won't be getting the Brownlow.
Yeah.
Dangerfield, so I'll put money on Dangerfield not winning the Brownlow. What is he out for? 2, 3? Was it?
I
remember. Anyway, yeah. Well, what about your Premier? What about your Granny? Your 2 Granny. Who's the who you going for the two winners? Two teams.
Finalists.
I'll go Tigers Dogs.
Tigers Dogs. You can't go past the Tigers, really. You know what? Our captain Roy, he's a mad Port man, and I can't stand Port. Being an Adelaide fella, I can't stand Port. But I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna go with my head, not my heart, and I'm gonna go Port Tigers, Granny.
That would be a good grand final, to be fair. Like,
yeah, that would be. Yeah. I just hope, like anything, that the Tigers smash Port, but I think Port. Anyway.
That'd be good. Anzac Day special for me, Collingwood Essendon. Never going to
happen. Anzac Day. Absolutely. Bombers all the way.
Not quite. Right, I think that's a good point to end on anyway. Thank you very much for listening, ladies and gents, and we'll catch you in the next one. See you later.
Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed our podcast, please drop a like and share it around if possible. Remember, you can find us on Twitter at Tyne Tees ARFC, on Instagram at Tyne Tees Tigers AFL, Facebook Tyne Tees Tigers, and also our website is www.tyneteestigers.co.uk. Thanks again. Cheers.